Hello and welcome, BitMonger family. Monger with you here today. Hope you guys are all doing well. And in today's video, what I'm going to be looking at is how do you stack up against your peers when it comes to your net wealth, and why you really need to be investing in disruptive technology, and how that's going to save your ass like it did mine. So most of this data that I'll be looking at is based on United States. You can look yours up for your own country, but generally the benchmark is going to be the United States. And we'll also be looking at in terms of global and where you are in that totality. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Where do you stack up? Where are you when it comes to your net wealth and your current age? And this is some interesting data. So, average median net worth by age. How do you compare? Currently, the average net worth in the U.S. is $1.06 million. The median is $192,700, according to the Federal Reserve. So this is the important part where we need to be looking at. So the average net worth, according to the 2022 Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, the average net worth of U.S. households is $1.06 million, and the median net worth at $192,900. The median is more accurate representation because a very few rich households drive up the average. So we're going to be looking at the median prices, guys, because let's face it, those extremely wealthy rich people, they skew it. They skew the average big time. So that's how you should be looking at it, rather than just the average. So what is your net worth? Let's define what net worth is. Your net worth is the value of all your assets, such as your home, if you own one, your car, and your money in savings or investments, checking or retirement accounts, minus your liabilities, such as a mortgage, student loans, car loans, or credit card debt. Okay, and the net worth is a measure of one's wealth. So this is including your home, right? And all those things that I just mentioned. So let's take a look at it. Net worth by age. So as you would imagine, net worth usually grows as a person ages, and savings, investments, and assets add up over time. It often dips when people retire, likely due to living on Social Security and fixed incomes, as while inflation increases costs, including more medical expenses and transitions to assisted living. Okay, and that's a given. As you get older, you usually build your wealth over time. So here we have it. Under 35, the median net worth. Remember, this average one is completely skewed, so don't be looking at this one. We're looking at this column here. So under 35, if you got $39,000 roughly, you are in the median. You're in the middle. 35 to 44, 135,000. 45 to 54, 246,000. 55 to 64, 364,000. 65 to 74, 410,000. 75 plus, 334,000. So this is interesting to know. Where do you stand in this? As you move up in these ranges, like between 45 and 54, you should be increasing it by whatever the difference is between these to get a more accurate idea of where you are. Because let's say if you are 50, it's not going to be this number. You're going to want to lift it up, because we can see this is a fairly big jump. They jump about roughly $90,000 or more between these. right? This middle range here between 35 and 64. Anyways, interesting stuff, guys. I like knowing this because honestly, guys, I was in my mid-late 40s. I was in this range here between 45 and 54 just 8 years ago, and I was under this. I wasn't even in this. You guys, if you know my story, you know that I moved to Southeast Asia when I was in my early 20s, partied my fucking ass off as a surfer, scuba diver, boat captain, living for the moment. Only when my son was born did I start taking my life seriously. I went back to school. I went to grad school in my early 40s. And honestly, guys, now, due to my investing and crypto, primarily due to my investing, I now exceed this one, which is amazing. I never thought that would happen. And this is not my net worth. This is my liquid, because I also own properties and have no debt, and I am above that. So we'll get into that in a second. Let's look at this one. I asked this question here, America. So we can look at this one. America has 5 wealth classes. See where you fit and how much it takes to reach the upper echelons. This one's a little bit different. Similar though. America's 5 wealth classes. Where do you fit? So bottom 25%. I mean, if you got less than 30K, 29K, you are in the bottom percentile. You need to really, hopefully, try to make possibly some life changes. I know some people have unfortunate incidences, and this can throw you into these things. I am empathetic, guys, but honestly, if you're in these lower tiers, you need to be working on something. You need to be making changes. So lower middle class, 29,300 to 209,000 net worth. Upper middle class, 209,000 to 714,000 net worth. Remember, net worth is, on this one, it's going to be including your house and all of that other stuff, right? Your house, your car, all of that. Upper class, 714,000 to 2.1 million. And the wealthiest 10% is 2.1 million in net worth. So that gives you an idea of where you might be standing. So I asked some other questions. I asked, how many liquid millionaires in the United States? And it came back, this is a 2024 wealth report, and 5.5 million. Currently, the population is around 340 million in the United States. So that means only about 1.6, 1.7% of the people in the United States are liquid millionaires. So liquid meaning that you can sell so it's equities or crypto or gold, something that you can quickly convert into cash. Okay, and you can't do that with a home, especially if in a downturn market like we are in now. Homes may take many months to sell, and then you have to go through that whole closing process. So only 5.5 million out of 340 million people in the United States are liquid millionaires. Next one. So how many liquid millionaires in the world? And again, it talks about here, we can see you do not include your home. You do not include those types of things that may take time to sell. We're talking about things that you can quickly turn over and convert into cash. Cash, baby. All right, so let's take a look at this one. So I asked, how many liquid millionaires are there globally? So they don't have an exact number, but a 2025 report by Henley and Partners identified 62.4 million millionaires worldwide in total. So The definition of a liquid millionaire can vary, but generally refers to someone with a high amount of wealth that can be easily converted to cash, like I've been saying. So 62.4 million. And remember, guys, there's only 21 million Bitcoin, and roughly 4 to 6 million of those have been lost. So call it 17. So if you take this number, and if all of these liquid millionaires wanted to buy just one single Bitcoin, they could own less than a quarter. Guys, less than a quarter. That's insane. That makes you realize how scarce Bitcoin is. And then you take into account all the extremely the whales and these corporates that are stacking them. That number's shrinking. It's not going to be available for everybody, and we can see that's why Bitcoin is climbing. And as they continue to debase our currencies, our fiat currencies, that number is just going to go up, guys. Trust me. The writing's on the wall. I saw this back in 2017, and after I really started studying it, and I realized that, this could be huge, and it's happening right before my eyes. It's absolutely changed my life. So interesting stuff, guys. Now, I asked it also here, what % of global population are liquid millionaires? And we have right here, if 20% of all millionaires are liquid, then roughly 20% of that is 1 in 140 figure are liquid millionaires. That translate to about 1 in 700 adults, which is approximately 0.14% of the global population of adults. Wow. So guys, this is, I never thought I would be able to get into this, be part of this 1%ers. But I managed to do it, being a stoner on my sofa and focusing on investing. You guys, I strongly recommend you focus on investing in disruption and getting a hold of Bitcoin, getting a hold of some gold. That's the only way that you're likely going to do well going forward. And then do like what I did. Even though I'm considered in this percentile, I choose to live in Thailand because I get way more, bang for my buck, and it's just a way more stress-free lifestyle here. And you also have, it's safer. I mean, even in the United States or any of the largest cities in the United States, it's way more dangerous than here. And so not only is it safer in Thailand, but the weather is wonderful, the women are beautiful, the food is delicious, and you get so much more. So guys, I strongly recommend you invest, and then you move to some place like in Southeast Asia where you can live the baller lifestyle and enjoy the good life. Alright, I hope you found the video interesting. Hope you're all doing well, and monger on.